gentlemen, welcome to our first episode ever of Ground Up Show. Here with me is Gabe Jarlego and Allan Minoza. Pakilala naman kayo, boys.
Sige, ladies first.
Gabe, what up, boy? What's up?
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello, sir.
My name is Gabe Jarlego, and I'm a friend of Ryan's. You might know me as Framba from his videos. I'm the cool guy in the group. So
Yeet.
I have a big bike. That's why I wear a leather jacket. So
Of course.
thank you.
And we have Allan Stephen Minoza.
Hello, I'm Allan Stephen Minoza. Isa sa mga kaibigan ni Ryan since high school. Ako yung pinaka-less cancerous.
Ulul.
You can call me TS Lag in game.
Yes, sir. TS Lag in the house and Framba.
Anti-cancer advocate.
Framba in the house. Alright. So, sige, simulan muna natin kay Gabe. Si Gabe kasi matagal ko na siyang nasimulan na kinakausap for so long. And
Tagalog ba ako?
I don't know, whatever. I mean,
Sige.
pero ang idea ko sana is primarily English. Tas,
English.
pag hindi mo na lang masabi, just go
Taglish.
tag. So, anyway, ang prospect naman natin dito is just to share our thoughts within, these days ng quarantine. So, kamusta Gabe? I mean, I already know your story, pero let the audience know how you've been these days, and before nung quarantine, how are you doing and stuff? How did it affect you in general?
Well, during this quarantine, I mean, I don't know if. Well, for me, it was unexpected because I really don't follow the news. But when the quarantine started and the lockdown started, I really didn't know what to do because at this point I don't have a job because I actually quit my job before the quarantine started. So I was already looking for jobs, but all my job applications got suspended because of COVID. So what I started doing instead is just focusing on what I love to do, which is editing and music. So I've been writing, I've been editing videos, been practicing on After Effects and stuff like that, working out from time to time, just basically that. Ride my big bike when I can. So.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Prem, of course. I mean, Gabe with the big bike, of course. Anyway, yeah. I mean, I've seen your project. You've been sending me some stuff, and to be honest, gustong-gusto ko lalo na yung VFX stuff, yung sa kamay. The fire thing. Yeah, I really love that. And before this, diba, you were working as a what do you call this? BP in a BPO industry. How was that? How was that for you? Yeah.
I don't know. It was. I can say it was interesting because it wasn't really. I wasn't really. Not introduced, but I wasn't. It wasn't really part of my medium since I'm an art student basically. So, going into the BPO industry was culture shock, I guess you could say, for me. So, but for the most part, it was enjoyable. Maybe at least half of it, and then it's. I think it's just like anything else. In a way, I feel like it's like Alan's job where it can be fun, but it's also toxic at the same time. I don't know if that. I think Alan's job is like that as well, since we've talked before. So yeah, so that's basically it. Yeah.
That's really interesting. I mean, lalo na these days, we're on lockdown and home-based jobs are really growing. Lalo na mga inuuwi na yung mga trabaho. But more of the toxicity. Let's talk about more of that thing. Ikaw naman.
Alan's forte, so let him take over.
Yeah. Ikaw naman, Alan, ano bang nangyari sa'yo and how was your work these days?
So far, ako, I just stay at home. I resigned last week from my job kasi I'm flying to Canada na around June. Pero ayun, before quarantine, we didn't really expect the cases and the situation to evolve into a pandemic, which is up to now rising up in cases globally. Kasi we treated it as a normal flu. Although we had the precautions. Tapos, uh, ayun, working as a nurse, so it was toxic. Being one of the frontliners of the country, it was a hard and stressful job, especially since the country itself wasn't prepared for any pandemic situation, especially like this. Pero, and you get to learn a lot of stuff. Um, what I've learned, especially right now, is that the things that we had before, this new normal that we're calling, was taken for granted. Like the simple handshakes, yung mga hugs. I mean, we have to accept that it's not gonna be, ano na, part of our norm
Yeah.
going forward dito. So,
In a way, it feels like I don't know. Sometimes when I'm gonna give a kiss or a handshake, it feels like it's taboo already. It feels like I'm doing something wrong. So
may hesitancy na.
yeah,
So, and going forward, I'd like to implement the new handshake.
How about that? Ano yan? Paano? Ganito?
Tawakan salute.
It's not
you
even...
just ripped off Black Panther.
Yun na nga eh. Parang alam na natin saan nanggaling yan ah. But yeah, I mean, most of us have been affected, and lahat tayo caught off guard, definitely. I mean, I don't know if you know this, pero sa TED Talk kasi, if you listen to Bill Gates when he had this talk about a nuclear warfare being the highest threat, pero actually he predicted 5 years ago na the highest threat was the pandemic, which is yun nga, this happened. So parang I actually made an article about that na it is true na, di ba, but we grew up in a situation or an era where yun nga, ang kinakatakutan natin is war between countries, di ba? And then China would be like, oh, we have this massive nuclear warehouse where, you know, we have the superpower and stuff. Pero more than that, yun nga, kahit sino naman siguro, any country wasn't prepared for this stuff. And talking about US, I mean, diba, first world country, and now they're leading as the highest
Number of
cases and stuff. And it's really sad. I mean, with the leaders and stuff. May I just know what are your thoughts with Donald Trump so far? I mean, with all of the news, I don't know if you've heard, pero yeah.
Go ahead.
Sige. Sige, Allan muna since frontliner. I mean, yeah.
Kay Trump, diba? I can't say anything directly kasi I've not been following the news. Pero given the current situation of healthcare sa US, I think na the US is really not prepared, and I'd like him to present more projects kasi it's a first world country, pero we compared our hospital dun sa cases and sa other hospitals sa United States. The gap is very noticeable, especially when it comes to personal protective equipment. Kasi dun sa amin sa hospital, like, you're covered in all these
layers.
PPE,
Layers din, diba?
layers and layers. Parang astronaut na ano. Wherein, dun sa US, we have friends there who work. Their only PPE sometimes are just masks. Ewan ko, nakita sa news, meron dun nag-recycle ng ano, garbage bags.
Yeah. Oh, nag-trend sila. Yeah.
Pero they got the coronavirus kasi nga garbage bags won't do anything against any virus.
Yeah.
So given sa healthcare point of view, I think that the US really needs to work on that. I'm not blaming Trump kasi pandemic talaga mahirap i-manage. Pero alam mo yun, just the simple PPE, mga race dito sa Philippines, those simple gestures can go a long way, especially dito sa pandemic. Kasi very stressful siya, not just to nurses, pero sa lahat ng healthcare workers, tsaka sa frontliners. So yun.
Definitely. I mean, kasi you wouldn't help lalo na tayo sa Pilipinas, we don't expect that much resources compared to other first world countries, correct? And ang hirap na we're leaning into some governments or specific persons who would financially assist us on yun nga, yung mga health workers given the protective equipments na kailangan nila and stuff, and yung mga basta lahat ng equipment na kailangan yun stuff. Pero we can't help but to look up onto first world countries or yung mga mas may kaya than the Philippines to actually perform better than us. Pero surprisingly, we're actually one of the who been a leading example of having to flatten the curve. Lagi na lang sinasabi, just flatten the curve. I mean, but so far, not to judge the government and their actions. I mean, I for one, I appreciate what they're doing. Lalo na dito sa Baguio. I mean, I appreciate Mayor Magalong for everything na ginagawa niya. I mean, before pa lang kasi I was an intern sa news agency, sa Philippine News Agency. It's a government news agency. And, ang dami ko pa pwede sabihin doon. I've been so depressed lately for that thing. Internship program was a hell for me. And yeah, I can't lie, pero I really did feel so sad na I didn't know that was depression already, na I'd smoke 2 packs, 3 packs a week, a month, ganun. Alam mo yun, I just can't control it kasi I can't vent out to anyone kasi if I vent out to my colleagues, ako rin naman yung, alam mo yun. At saka dito kasi masyadong political, like, yeah, wala kang makakapitan, just like, and so from time to time I used to, chat Gabe, kamusta ka naman? I just want to have to refresh my mind and stuff like. Pero going back, nung February pa lang, if I'm not mistaken, nung kino-cover ko yung news from DOH, yung sila, they're already having plans to postpone kasi February is known for yung panagbenga. I don't know. I think you know those celebrations, pero flower festival. Sobrang kilala yun dito sa Baguio and dinadayo yun ng mga turista. And before pa lang nun, pinlalo na ni Mayor na to cancel it or to postpone crowd gathering events. So parang for me as an parang citizen or for longest time or maybe 6 years, I mean that has been new for lalo na for the most part sa mga mayors na naging authority na dito. Pero yun this is very new for me. And yun. How about you, Gabe? Like how was the beginning of the lockdown for you there?
I'm not that much. I mean, we had lockdown, but it felt like a normal day because we're always inside the house anyway, so it's nothing new for us. I guess the hardest part was trying to get food and groceries and supplies because you can only go outside for a certain amount of time, and you have to have a quarantine pass. So that's challenging. And it should have been it should be me usually to go out, but since I don't know, my dad doesn't trust me with the car, so he's the one who has a quarantine pass in his name, and he's the one who buys the groceries and stuff like that. So we always take precautions as well. We never go out without a mask, and sometimes we use gloves. But for the most part, here in our village, I think we've had one case. I'm not sure. I'm the only thing I'm sure about is that we have one case. I don't know if there's more than just one case, but we've had one case, and it's near our house actually. So we've been just really staying outside, and if we could, staying inside. And if we could just stay inside, unless we really need to go outside, we just stay inside as well. So.
#stay at home, kids.
#stay at home. Yeah, correct. I mean, sobrang ang dami nga eh. It's been great for the community as well because 'di ba naging opportunity siya for people to actually explore their own talents being at home, being lockdown, yun. Tulad nga sinabi ni Gabe, he's been trying to explore more about his artistic side na yun nga, he got maybe left over because of work and stuff, and that's not something we can control since all of us are striving to actually save up money for the future, like we're big boys now, like we're not the same child as we were before, pero yun nga, even if
Can we go back?
oh yeah, I know, right? High school feels. Oh yeah, speaking of high school feels though, tell me your thoughts about this particular thing. What were your most or highlighted, I don't know, memory that you won't forget during our high school days? Since lahat naman tayo magkaka-batchmates and we all go through the same, alma mater, if you can say. Yeah. Anyway, first off, Allan, how about you?
Memorable. Ano ba? Funny. Actually, kasi sa high school, dun yung majority ng, alam mo yun, first na moments and all. So, ang daming unforgettable eh. I mean, oo naman. Parang lahat
Agree ka ba dun, Gabe? Parang...
Doon naman lahat ng first. Yung
iba niyang first nasa bahay ko minsan.
Iba yung mga...
That sounded like a joke. We're not gay. We have no problem with gay people. It's just...
No, we love the gay community.
Natandaan ko, di ba I remembered you had a double date ba yun? In Gabe's house? Was it you guys? Or triple date?
Double date.
Di ba when you were, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it's you, Alisa and Ben, and Gabe and Jen? Was it right? Was it right?
It was three. It's me, Gio, and Allan.
Oh yeah. Tatlo kayo.
It was Kate, Jen, Alisa, and
Jen,
Sam.
Alisa, Sam. Triple, quadruple.
Two for Allan, then one for each of us. One for me.
Oh,
what?
No. Pero ayun, it started as a, parang gathering lang sa bahay ni Gabe. I'm not sure kung may agenda ng date doon.
Nothing happened. It's just...
Hindi. I'm not sure if may agenda ng date doon. Pero it's a gathering lang di ba tayo?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
that's nice. Pero you didn't specifically said what was the most memorable part. You were just generalizing. Ano ba?
Yeah, man, come on.
You can't.
Yeah, syempre memorable part ko siguro is yung experience ng first crush, first love doon.
Sino ba?
Syempre, the high school feels.
Ito, wala na, I maybe I'm just feeling some hesitation from your part. Pero we've grown up from these things. We're just recalling. I mean, we have girlfriends, right? And we love them, of course, right? We love you, babies. Pero yeah. Anyway, we're just recalling. Yun nga, you were saying first love? Who? Again? Or first crush?
Syempre si Alisa.
Pundoma, right? Shout out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out. Hindi. Pero ayun, one of the most memorable experiences. Alam mo yung gusgusin ka pang mataba na nahulog lang, parang ganun. You get the butterflies in your stomach for the first time. You meet her, you get to meet that person. You get to have the idea of clicking with someone, spending time with someone. So I think, that's one of the most memorable experiences. Just experiencing having a first love. There's one more actually. Yung sa band. Doon nag-bloom yung love ko for music.
Wait lang, alam ko yan. Yun ba yung band natin? Yung Avenged Sevenfold? Tama ba?
Yan, may isa yan sa di ba? Kasi it started na uso yung guitar. Siyempre lahat ng Filipinos dito mahilig sa music.
What's the first year? What?
Grade 6 ako nag-start mag-aral ng gitara. Pero first year was grade 6 to first year, yun yung booming ng natin, may guitar during recess, lunch break.
Yeah.
May mga nagigitara sa gilid. Yung mga
mga emo, yeah.
Emo, if you played Secondhand Serenade. ay, mga ano ka na, crush ng bayan. Ganon. Mga Angel's Cry, Your Guardian Angel. So, ayun, doon nag-start din yung love ko for music. Kasi, ano ba, it brought us together. Mga recess, lunch break, kantahan lang doon. Ang pinoproblema. And then, eventually, we started forming bands. Yun nga, pag mga Battle of the Bands. Tapos, mga sa YFC. So, alam mo yun, I'll never forget what high school did to me. Especially where I am now in terms of music. Appreciating and loving it. So, ayun. Actually, hinahanap-hanap ko pa din mag-band eh. Every time. Mga ano. Ayan.
Hashtag
Nag-game.
2511.
Hashtag
Yun,
2511.
hashtag 2511.
YFC
Nice
band.
one, nice one.
Hashtag mga ano. Basta yun. I think those are the two most memorable experiences.
Yeah, definitely.
When
I
it comes to
mean,
high school.
I mean, I may be proud of this, but I've been part of it, some parts of it, maybe. I've been, to be clear, I mean, I never imagined to be the drummer of some band or high school band, pero yun nga. Di ba, Gabe, I asked you this last night, maybe we'll talk about more of this. Dito nang galing yun eh. When we were listening to 21 Pilots, yung what was that sound? That music that you sent?
Level of concern.
Yeah, level of concern. Then I remembered yung drums. Tas sabi ko, what would my life be if I didn't choose to be, in this place, like a communication student, graduate or not, or whatever, or whatever I'm doing, an ASL instructor, an editor, a gamer, whatever. Pero yun nga, maybe I'd be in the music industry as well kasi sobrang na-enjoy ko yung pagiging nasa banda. Yung nagpa-practice tayo gabi-gabi kila Hana. Grabe, Hana Lorraine, grabe
New
those days.
Ayun.
Yeah, I mean, those days.
Yun nun eh, hindi ko lang mahanap.
Kaya nga,
Pero,
we have that picture actually. I don't know if I can search for that, pero yeah, tama ba yung band name natin? Avenged Sevenfold, tama ba? What?
Downfall
Avenue. Sorry.
Downfall Avenue.
Yun pala yung
Ayun
parang
first,
yeah. Tama.
first
Right.
na naka.
Yeah. Downfall Avenged
Shout out.
Sevenfold pala yung parang band na talaga na yeah. How about you, Gabe? I mean, we had some pretty interesting memories as well. I mean, what was your most
Where
favorite?
do I start? One of my most memorable memories during high school was it was with Allan. I think it was intramurals, and then we were trying to get something in the classroom, and then we just started imitating our favorite basketball players. Because I love Kobe, and then he I think you were trying to be Steve Nash.
Steve Nash.
Then we were trying to do their moves, and then Allan, being the clumsy guy he is, for some reason he fell over just trying to
May
do
backpack. The backpack strap
he had a
betrayed me.
basketball. He had a basketball. He's trying to do crossovers, and then suddenly he just fell flat on his face. So that was funny. And then
That's not
me,
funny,
I
Gabe.
did the Kobe moves flawlessly.
Gabe,
Of course.
injuries are never funny, Gabe.
But it's all right. It's all right. From then on, he started to become better. So it's all right.
Wow, sweet.
I don't know. That's the other stuff.
Crush, love.
Rush,
Ooh.
love was
Eh.
maybe.
Mm.
First love ko nung high school. Obviously, you guys know it's Jen at that time, and then
Shout out.
Shout out Jenny Legaspi. Let's go.
and
What up, girl?
I don't know.
Kamusta ka,
Yeah.
girl?
Being in a band also was pretty cool, and also our dance group.
Mm.
At first
JDI.
I obviously just
ADI yan.
obviously just joined the dance group because Jen was in there. But then when I started dancing as well, I didn't realize that.
Bro, ang
I
tanda
loved
mo yung
dance.
body rock natin dun sa sa
Yeah.
Damn.
I still have that on YouTube,
Yeah.
but I put it on private so no one can see. I
Shit.
still watch it from time to time. It's so cringy, but
Pero
May
feels
isa
good,
pa
feels
yung
good.
ano nyo.
Hey bro,
Pump
meron
up
pa
kicks.
yung pump up kicks. Yeah.
oh yeah. Yung
Kasi-
may pigsa pa ako nun tapos parang
Kompleto ata tayo dun eh, di ba? Ay, wala.
Si AJ.
I don't think
Gio.
he's there, though.
Wala. Gio was there, AJ wala, Vincent nandun pa nga
Kasi
eh.
group
Yung
by group
pag-lip
yun
sync.
eh, di ba?
May
Yeah,
group
by
siya.
group yun.
Naka-ano. It's still in YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You know,
Maybe we
I
can
watch it sometimes.
yeah.
yeah.
We can link link the video below. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, right.
Oh, and also I just wanted to mention as well, since you mentioned the what we would have been if we didn't go
Yeah.
this specific career path. Honestly, I think if I wasn't a multimedia artist, I think I was a nurse because of Alan.
Whoa. Whoa
Because
naman.
Bro!
Bro.
it's he doesn't inspire me. No, it's not because of that. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm just
What?
kidding, bro. No, I'm just kidding. No, because during high school, I was in a way I think I was lost. I really didn't know what to do. I knew I love to draw. I love to edit. I didn't even know that I was already passionate about video editing at that point. I just really love to edit videos and make music, but I really didn't put much thought into could I make this into a career, because I really didn't think that you could make music into a career, even though we listen to music all the time and we see um, art all the time through movies and stuff like that. I don't know why I didn't really think of anything like that. So one day, like Gio, this was our last year in high school, and Gio went up to me and he said, like, you should try enrolling in our school, which is an art school. And I was like, they'll teach me how to be a better artist. I asked him, and he said, yeah. So that's where I went. Honestly, I really wasn't the type of kid that this is the school I want to go into.
Turned me down, bro.
Yeah. So
Turned me down, bro.
if Alan came in first, I would have just said, okay, let's try to be a nurse, because I was with
Actually,
Alan.
I was supposed to persuade Gabe join me. Parang may kasama din ako sa condo noon.
I think he tried. I
tried,
but
I tried.
My mind was set already with Gio.
Sa art school. Yun naka.
Because at that point, I also thought like, okay, at least I'll know someone in art school. I'll be with Gio all the time. But it's funny story. I wasn't with him for very long. You know, we weren't even classmates then. It's funnily enough, I got even closer to Alan, even we were apart. It's a nice
You
little-
love me. You love me.
It's alright.
Gay.
It's alright.
It's so gay. We love the gays.
You have something against gay people?
No, I love gay people. You're
Oh,
an
you love
example.
gay
You're the
people,
number one
huh?
example.
What the hell,
naman.
man?
Pero hindi ko ma-imagine na nurse si Gabe. I mean,
Yeah,
hindi ko
I know.
ma-imagine si Gabe and I or any of us in the same course.
Feel ko
Ano
ma-expect
siya?
na tayo kung magkasama kami ni Alan. Pag, I don't know.
Yung parang it would be fun. Pero I think bagay naman lahat mag-nurse. Ako nga, I didn't expect myself to become a nurse. Let alone intensive care. Diyos ko.
I mean, you
Parang
know
napa-
Alan, does he look like a guy who saves lives?
Nah,
LOL pa lang eh.
Nah.
What?
I mean,
Tapa-
yeah, lol pa nga lang eh. Sobrang toxic na.
Very, unexpected.
Blitzhook?
Pero,
Right here.
Blitzhook.
Anyway, speaking of
How about you?
second choices or stuff. Yeah. I mean, no, when I was enrolling my first year in college, I was actually deciding the same thing that you were experiencing. Like, I didn't know where would I be, like what would I choose to be, and whatnot. And then at that time, I didn't know that I was passionate already in photography, because at that time, during the high school days, I was actually hanging out more with Jez Polancos. Shout out Jez.
Just
And
Love you, bro.
this guy, along with Vincent Barico, they had this insane cameras. Tapos biglang dumating si Gabe, where I feel like I'm more connected kasi parang, yeah. Tapos I remember most of our high school days, I really was, di ba halos lagi ako natutulog sa inyo during our what years? Third year,
I
fourth year?
can never forget he spent Christmas with me instead of his family.
Yo!
I'm like,
Damn.
Para sa akin, doon na build yung foundation ng relationship namin ni Gabe. Instead of ang gago rin naman, pero I don't know why pinayagan ako nila mama, pero
I know, right?
maybe it's because I already spent the morning with them till afternoon, then I just hang
That honestly, that was really special for me, because me being an only child, I never really had a brother or any siblings, so it was always me. So it was fun, like, actually, though I love my parents, it was fun spending Christmas with someone my age, like a brother, So.
Yeah, pero yun nga, nakakatawa kasi before we met, si mom mo, si Ninang, pumunta siya sa bahay before yung first day natin nung third year. Diba?
Really?
Yeah, pumunta. I don't know if you remember this
you
one.
don't know.
This is new, pero I saved this for this podcast. Pero yun nga.
5-7 years.
Yeah, 7 years of secret. Pero yun nga, she came to our house the day before yung first day and she said, "Uy, may ano ako, papasok siya sa Philippine school." Sabi niya ganyan. "Oh, talaga tita. Sino ba yan?" "Si Gabe niya, ganyan. Galing siyang ganito, ganyan." Sabi ko, sige po, ako bang bala. Kaibiganin mo kasi mahiyaan yung batang yun. I mean, talagang it's the same voice that I heard before.
Paano kayo nakilala ni Mama? Bakit?
I don't know, si Tita Wilma, I don't know if you remember, pero si Tita Wilma, yeah.
No, I remember, yeah.
She linked Tita Wilma to my mom, tapos pinunta nila sa bahay, then right then and there,
Really?
then
Mahihain talaga yun si Gabe.
yun na nga eh. Pero nung pagkapunta ko, I don't even remember we having
Chicks dig it out.
yeah, man, like parang awkward moments together nung high school, like
Yeah.
we were playing out, straightforward sa isa't
Dude,
isa, pero
you never try to be my friend. I mean, I remember my first
What?
day. You just went up to me. You were so small back then.
oh yeah. No, I get that. I remember that part kasi nga pala, I was about to look for this new kid, tapos biglang I
think you just
forgot.
said hi, but you
Yeah,
were with-
tas parang
I don't know which classmate, but you were with someone.
but yeah, I mean high school, right?
But I'll never forget my first day with Allan and Ariel. I don't think
Ariel.
you'll ever forget that as well.
How was that?
Because it's like
Sige, ikaw magkwento.
I was in the back of the classroom, right? I was just sitting there, especially a shy kid. I always wanted to stay in the background, so I was just sitting there, and then suddenly, out of the blue, these two geeky-looking dudes went up to me, and then they said, "Hey Gabe, do you play games?" And I was like, "Oh, do you? Yeah, you asked right if I play games." Yeah. I said, "Yeah, sometimes." Then they said, "Do you play LOL, League of Legends?" I said, "No." "Do you play Dota?" I said, "No." And then they asked me, "What do you play?" Then the teacher called me and said, "Hey Gabe, this is where you're gonna sit in the middle of the class." So then I stood up, and then I looked at them and I said, "My batutoy," and then I walked out the way. And I just saw them laughing and laughing. So
Kami ni Ariel nagtinginan. Tapos, ayun, we laughed na lang. Sabi, okay. We know. Now we know.
I felt that at that point they knew that this guy can be part of our group.
He's in.
Yeah.
Gonna be
For
our
anyone who
friend.
doesn't know, batuto is a slang, I guess. For,
Yeah, slang.
your
That's what Gabe calls his,
Junior.
junior.
Yeah. Anyway, high school, right? I mean, marami tayong pag-uusapan, but anyway, di ko na nasabi yung sa part ko rin. I mean, I took, yun nga, basically what happened was I took engineering as my first course because I just, gusto kong patunayan sa tatay ko na, one of a family actually have a degree of being an engineer, parang ganun. Pero it never really crossed my mind to be, actually be an engineer. Tas parang I wasted somewhat maybe wasted some of my years in college, lalo na yung 3 years na yun. So which was a really hard thing for me, lalo na when I was seeing you guys graduate ahead of me like 3 years ago, and I'm still a student right now. Pero yun nga, sabi ko, natandaan ko lang sinabi ni Tito Edsel, I don't know if you remember this, pero this would be the highlight. Yung highlight ng high school ko din before it ended, when he said, di ba yung nagbigay siya ng parang tips in college and stuff, and he gathered everyone sa isang class na, I think sa endurance room atan, pero yun nga, he told me this, he told us this, na it's not a race. I mean, there are yung mga matatanda na nag-aaral pa rin sa law, and they're still studying, and they're still students, they're not yet graduates, but the point is you never stop learning. I mean, doon ako na engganyo, like always remember yung sinasabi ni Tito Edsel, and shoutout nga po pala Tito Edsel, thank you for saving
Hi,
me.
Tito.
Pero yun, at that time, yun nga, doon na rin that gave birth to my addiction in a way, my addiction to League of Legends, and I kind of fell off the academic stuff for the most part. And then I devoted my time on computer shops and tournaments. And I was really aiming, and part of me is still aiming to be a professional gamer. Lalo na sa League of Legends, since lalo na yun nga putang ina. The developers are really taking care of their it's from the cinematics to basta yung the whole community itself is really alive compared to other games is what I could the gist of it.
But alive,
Pero toxic but alive.
Toxic.
Yeah.
It's alive kasi it's toxic.
I mean, yeah. Pero that's another topic to
Allan's a big
talk
part
about.
of it. Shout out to Allan.
Yeah, no. I mean, well, you fell off the earth there. Like I was the only one left playing League of Legends for a while. Pero
Yeah.
we promised that when we go back to Philippines, we would be playing League together.
Yeah,
but we began
We did for a while. Pero I shifted to Dota.
Yeah.
Tapos, but
And
this
I shifted to having a life, so. I'm
Wow.
kidding.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding, man.
Yeah.
Report.
Report.
No. I shifted to playing a lot of PS.
14-day chat restriction, please.
No. I wanted to mention since since you mentioned that you felt sad that we were graduating and you were still studying. It's funny because that's your perspective, but in my perspective, even when I was graduating at that point, I was still lost. Honestly, at this point, I'm still kind of lost. It's just I'm not still certain where I'm headed. So when I was graduating, I was like, for that one day, I'm happy because it's like, wow, I'm done with school, and it's like I don't have to pass any deadlines anymore and do any more exams and stuff like that. Then the next day, it's like, shit, what am I
What
gonna
now?
do next?
Right? Diba kasi no high school, we were like, the goal was makapagtapos ng pag-aaral, diba?
Right.
Right? And then
You didn't
afterwards, you
plan
don't.
far
Yeah,
ahead.
no one briefed you what would you do next, right?
And
Yeah.
I think at this day and age, I think a lot more young people are depressed because it's like I don't want to sound like I don't know what you call it, but I don't want to say like society is putting this kind of image. on
Social pressure. Parang
something like that. It's like, I mean, I don't think their parents or our parents really mean to do it, but since it's how they were brought up, it's like they're saying you should finish high school, then you should get a degree so that you'll get a good job, and once you get a good job, you have to make a lot of money, then you can settle down and then marry. I think there isn't really a social map as to how to do that. It's just you don't really have to do that exactly. There are a lot of other successful people who just finished high school, who just finished college, even though they took this kind of course, they're actually doing something different, something like that. So it's basically that's how I've been really been going through life. It's like, should I do this, or should I want to do what I want to do, but will the stuff that I want to do help me in terms of feeding myself? I can always rely on my loved ones or other people, so it's like, it's crazy.
Ikaw, Alan, like did you have similar experiences, like or were you like, I already knew where would I be 2 years or after I graduate and stuff? Yeah.
During the last year of high school, I really wanted to take up nursing, but the problem was I had second thoughts kasi the school that I wanted to enroll in, UST, I wasn't allowed by my parents to take the entrance exam there. I didn't
Why
hold
not?
it against them. Kasi given the situation in UST, parang laging baha. I have no relatives there. So that's, their way of saying na you go transfer to a school wherein you're near with other relatives. Kasi we don't, especially laking Oman,
Right.
so I have no idea what happens in the Philippines. So they just wanted to make sure that I would stay safe.
Yeah.
So after that, I enrolled dun sa school. I got in. Pero part of me until graduating wanted to know what was it like to enroll in my dream school. So ayun, parang may regrets lang kasi I wanted to experience everything, especially sa dream school. Parang na-restrain lang ako. ang
So your
feeling
dream
ko.
school was UST.
Dream school ko talaga was UST for nursing. Pinaka ano. Tapos, after nun mag-graduate, I'm not 100% into applying kaagad to a job. So, yan. I was lost kasi I didn't know if I wanted to pursue nursing pa. I mean, I enjoyed the rotations and all. Pero, there comes a point in your life wherein you have to, you think if you want to pursue what you really want, your passion or your profession. So, I started exploring sa nursing. So, I took up a course in sa EMT, Emergency Medical Technician. So, it's like a first responder sa ambulance. Kasi I like this. Kasi what I want is yung magulong situation. So, more of an ER setting. So, parang ganun. So, I tried it. Eventually, I liked it. Pero it fell off again. So, I stopped. I went to Oman for a year. Decided what I want to pursue. Tapos, ayun. Parang naisip ko lang na, ano ba, seeing and helping other people. Although it's tiring, pero it brings something fulfilling to me. Which as a person na sobrang tamad is, parang different talaga. Ako, I'm really one of the laziest people that you'll meet. Pero saving lives, 12 to 16-hour shift, it really brings something and sparks something in me. So I decided to take up nursing. So I applied dun nga sa St. Luke's. Pero at first I wanted ER, pero I got shifted to another unit. So parang most of my experiences are I want to do this, but then life keeps throwing me at a different path.
Yeah.
So ayun, what I really learned was that even if you decide for yourself, I mean, there's gonna be something that's in store for you, which you may not like at first, pero once you experience that path, just don't be afraid to try it. I mean, you might find and learn something along the way.
True,
Which
definitely. Yeah.
I'm grateful kasi I didn't get into my dream school, my dream unit as a nurse. Even though I didn't get those, I'm still grateful kasi where I am now as a person, it helped mold me into what I am right now. So, wiser, stronger, more toxic sa lol.
Yeah.
Pero
Of course.
I've learned a lot. So, what I've learned is that life is very unexpected. So, you just have to go with the flow.
Exactly.
Don't pressure yourself kasi eventually you'll find your way din naman.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's like, especially for people who are, I don't know, who are comfortable in their zone, in their spot. I think at a point it's not really a good thing because it's not really challenging you. I was that kind of person. Like I didn't really want to go out and stuff. I'm kind of like an introvert back then. But I think I go through life now as like, if it scares me, then I should do it. But also in a logical sense, not of course. I'm scared of jumping off a building. I'm not gonna do that. It's like if you know that it's an opportunity and it scares you, then try and do it because worst case scenarios, you're gonna fuck up, but you're not gonna, it's not gonna be the end of your life. Right?
You live and you learn.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, like I said, I worked in the BPO industry. I didn't want to, honestly. I didn't want to do it, but I realized like, hey, I could meet other people. I could, see other ways of thinking, I guess, ideas, and then I tried it out, and I had fun. So it's not bad. I don't regret, going there. So yeah.
No regrets.
No regrets, boys. No regrets. I mean, there will be regrets, but we will learn from them, right? And it will be a birth of something better, something that God has planned for us, right, boys?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Anyway, we have to wrap up. We have some few minutes left, and the boys gotta go to work as an ESL instructor, and it's almost 1. It's 12:44, and we have to say bye for now. Thank you so much for listening and watching this podcast. Sana na may mga na intindihan kayo or nakuha kayong mga lessons. And most of all, check out our social media links down below, and especially like and subscribe my channel, Rayan, and my main channel, and my second channel, my gaming channel, which is Bad Bossing or Bossing. Links are on the description below. All right. So we'll see you in the next one.
Guys.
Like and subscribe, guys. Road to 1,000 subscribers.
Dab on them.
Check out Gabe Jarlego. He has some really cool stuffs. Lalo na check out yung Palawan travel vlog niya with his
Japan.
loved one. Or
Like 2 years ago,
yeah, I know. And yeah, just check him out. Check him out. He's a really good
Check out AJ
YouTuber.
Manalo's Facebook and chat.
Intentionally
Please message
feeding.
him.
Yeah,
Please message him, noob. Thank you.
yeah. Let's go.